situations in your game, and there's also a full solo mode included as well, but that I'll leave for you to discover on your own.
Don't worry, I've got your back. You don't have to discover anything on your own. You've got me playing the solo mode of Expeditions on this episode of Table for One. Hey y'all, I'm Paula, and today we are playing Expeditions, which is designed by Jamie Stegmaier with art and world building by Jacob Rosowski, and it's published by Stonemaier Games, who's helping to sponsor this episode. Peace has come to the world of Europa until a meteorite crashes in Tunguska, unleashing an ancient corruption. Dr. Tarkovsky leads an expedition into Siberia, hoping to learn more about this meteorite. But he disappears. A rescue mission sets off to find him, and they also disappear. Rumors begin to swirl that the crew and the wildlife are being possessed by strange parasites. And that's where we come in. See, we're heroes from the war, and we funded our own private expeditions to see what we can discover, because what we're after is the ultimate prize: glory. Will we be able to get the most glory out of everyone else trying to find Dr. Tarkovsky and this meteorite? Well, there's only one way to find out: to play. Wish me luck. So here we are with the game all set up. Now, I will of course be going over the solo mode rules as we play. But if you want to know all the nitty-gritty about how this game works, go watch Rodney's How to Play video and then come on back over to this one. So we have our expedition map all set up. We have our revealed southern hexes. We have the central tiles and the northern tiles, which we haven't discovered yet. So they're face down and they have these little map tokens on them. We have cards we're going to be able to collect here in between these empty spaces of the hexes. And of course, we have our base camp board, which is where our mech starts. I'm playing this cool, almost like a Viking ship mech with the player color red. So you can see my mech board right here that shows the image of my mech, and I have a special power, Odin's Wrath. I may trash a map token at any time on my turn to gain a power, a guile, or $1. That's going to come in very handy, and I can do it as many times as I want on my turn as long as I can pay for it with map tokens. I have my glory tokens, which hopefully we'll get all 4 out on our glory board here. I have my little turn tracker so I can keep track of what actions I'm allowed to do on my turn. And then I start, of course, with my power and guile tokens here on the 0 spot of the track. I have chosen to play Anna and Wojtek, hence the, it's all clear now. Haha, you get it now. And so these are considered to be in my hand. Now, of course, as Rodney explains in his video, we won't actually be holding any cards in our hand. If it's in our hand, it's to the left side of our player board. And if it's played, it's to the right side of our player board. So let's quickly go over how the Automa is going to work. Now, the Automa made it out on this expedition before we were able to, so she's got a bit of a head start on us. She has 2 mechs she's using to explore around, this black mech and this blue mech, and they'll be moving around their areas of the map. The black mech is going to stay in the central area of the map, and the blue mech is going to stay in the northern area of the map. They're going to be moving around, moving quickly, obsessed with finding information about the meteorite. We are going to be flipping cards from this deck right here to see what the mechs do on the Automa's turn. The Automa also has 8 glory tokens to work with, where we only have 4. So once she places all 8, that will trigger the end of the game, just the same as if we place all 4, it will trigger the end of the game. And we'll be moving this cube along this track. We're playing a level 2 Automa. And whenever we cross these star symbols, that's when we'll remove another one from this tracker here onto our base camp board. And I think the rest will become clear as we play. So let's dive in here, right? We determine randomly who starts the game. So let's flip one of these lovely coins. So let's say tails, Automa goes first, heads, we go first. That wasn't a flip. Heads, we will go first. Haha. So I think it would be good to start out by trying to get red or yellow workers because those are going to help us activate our powers on our character and our companion. So we're definitely going to need those. It looks like on our map, which was built by being laid out randomly, we can get yellow workers here and red workers there with their gather action. Now we can only move up to 3 hexes, but any of these 3 are adjacent to our base camp. So let's start out by getting a red worker because that's going to help us activate Anna's ability. Now our special ability with Anna, and each character has their own specialization. Anna loves to explore and go on quests. So she can either gain a face-up quest when we activate her worker slot, or she can solve a quest. So she's going to be really great for doing quests. And if we can get 4 quests, of course, we'll get to put a glory token on this part of the glory track. So first, of course, we start our turn by sliding our action cube over, and now we'll get to move, play, and gather in any order. So let's go on and go 1. This is adjacent to the base camp, so that's 1 movement. 2 movement. We'll stop there, and we're going to gather a red worker, which I'll put here on my board. So we've moved, we've gathered, and now we can play. So we can play a card from our hand into our active area. So let's just go on and play Anna since we got the worker for her. So whenever we play this, we get her core value here, which is a power. Once we get more glory, if we have 1 glory token placed, we'll get an additional power. And if we have 2 glory token placed, we'll get a guile. But for now, we can take this available worker, place it here to activate this, gain a face-up quest or solve. We have no quest to solve, so we won't do that. We will just gain a face-up quest. So the only face-up quest that's on our map right now is right here. So we're just gonna go on and take it. Pillage the tower. So we need to find location 13 to be able to pay 2 power to solve this quest. So for now, this goes into our active area, just like that. This doesn't count as played, so we don't get to activate the card, but it doesn't go into our hand immediately, it goes into our active area. Okay, so that's a move, play, and gather, and now it is the Automa's turn. So let's flip over our first Automa card and see what they're going to do on their turn. Okay, so this means our cube moves up on its track, so we'll go right there. Then our top section is for our blue mech, which is the one in the northern part of the map, and the bottom is for our black mech, which is the one in the central part of the map. So first, blue. They're going to do a sweep action. That means they sweep all adjacent cards. They basically get discarded from the map. So this meteorite is adjacent to our blue mech, so it goes and will automatically be replaced with something else. It's an item, the Occult Nexus. Oh, we never replaced, sorry everyone. We never replaced this card where we took our quest. It's a new quest. Talk with the Protectors of the Cave. That will need location 17, which is going to be somewhere up north. So all of these cards are actually really evocative of the theme and the story of what we're doing. I'm not going to read all of them as they come out, but we'll definitely be taking a closer look at some of them. So the blue mech has done their sweep action. So now we look here. If the Automa had 3 glory points, they would activate this map token action. But they don't yet. They're sat at 0 here, right? So now they were just going to move 3 spaces in that direction. You can see the arrow. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. And now they just stay there. They don't do anything else. They just move. Now they will ignore us. So if we were in the way of that mech, it would skip over us and it would not count as one of their 3 movement actions. That'll become clear when you see it happen. So now we do the black mech. Again, if the Automa had 4 glory points, then they would do a vanquish action, but she doesn't have 4 glory points. So we come down here, and the black mech will now move to the left 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Most of the early part of the game, before she gets more glory, is going to be the mechs moving around and kind of blocking us, but things are going to ramp up as she earns more glory. And that's the Automa's first turn, so now it's back to us, and we have to choose now 2 of these actions to do. So let's take a look here. I think we should probably move and gather. Maybe we just start exploring and work our way back up and around to get a yellow worker. So maybe we just move 1 and explore this map because it will gather a map token if we explore that. And if we can get 5 of them, we'll earn a glory token placement. So yeah, so let's push our cube up here. We won't be doing any play action this turn, but we will move and gather. So we're going to move 1 here. Gather this map token. And remember, I can also trash these map tokens at any time to gain power, guile, or $1. And then we flip and reveal this. Okay, so we've revealed 11. Oh, I was thinking that was right for our quest, but it's not. Our quest is 13. And now we need to cover this up with corruption token. So this has 5+, which means we need to put a value of 5 or more on top of that. We won't have access to this gather action, which is an upgrade for item cards, until we've cleared the corruption from this space. We'll dig into our bag here. Oh, cool. We only need to put 1 token on it because it's value 5 and it needs to be 5 on here. So that needs to be vanquished by 5 power. So I'm not going to retcon it, but we probably should have gathered before we moved, but I didn't. So now I'm going to gather from here, and that means we can do this action, which is playing a card from our hand. All we have is Wojtek, so I'll play Wojtek out, and that's going to get me a Guile. Now, I don't have a worker to activate his ability, which would be to rescue an active card or vanquish. So we won't be able to do that, but we have built up a little bit of Guile, and that will be the end of our turn. And now the Automa will go again. Okay, so we flip the next Automa card. All right, so the Glory Cube moves 1 more, and you can see it's now covering up this star 1 space, which means their first glory token goes on the base camp. They now have 1 glory. So now the blue mech, there's no 4 glories, so they won't vanquish. They will move 1. But look, the black mech, all they need is 0 glory, which they've had the whole game, and they'll do a map action. So here's what happens. You look within 0 to 3 tiles in the direction that the mech would move. So it would be 1, 2, 3. And whichever one is closest with the map token, they'll take that map token and reveal that tile. So the one they're on right now has a map token, so they get this. It's going to be worth points for the Automa at the end of the game. And then this flips over. Ooh, we've revealed the Weird Forest. And this space, you can collect cultists. Creepy. And once we've vanquished the corruption on this tile, you'll be able to meld meteorites, which we don't have any of yet. But hopefully we'll gather some. So let's see, 5 or more. Okay, so that's a 4, which means we need to pull another one out until we get to a total of 5. And another 4, so there's 8 total on that. So the top one needs to be vanquished with power, and the bottom one needs to be vanquished with guile. And that's the Automa's turn, and it's us again. So we can't move and gather again because we have to move this. So we can either gather and play, but we have nothing to play, or move and play, though again, we have nothing to play. This is very early in the game to do this, but I think I might just refresh. So I come here, and I'm gonna spend my whole turn refreshing. I won't get to do anything else. I get this worker back, and all of my cards in my active row come back into my hand, including this quest, Pillage the Tower. That means next turn, I'll be able to do all 3 actions again. I don't want to do this a ton during the game because it's expensive. I'm basically losing everything else on my turn to do this. But I didn't set myself up great at the start of this game, and I didn't have a whole lot I felt like I could do right now. So I wanted to just, let's get everything back, start fresh, gather some more workers, see if we can get some momentum going. So that's my whole turn. And now the mechs will go again. So what will Automa do? All right, her tracker cube moves 1 more closer to the 2 glory. She doesn't have 2 glory yet, so we ignore that. So the blue mech will go 3 spaces. So 1, 2, and then they circle all the way back around to here, 3. Okay, still only 1 glory, so they won't do the vanquish action with the black mech. They will move 1 to there. And now it's me again. So we now have access to all of our actions. Let's move first. I want to move here. We're going to collect this map token. That's mine, not the Automa's. Go here. I'm going to reveal this. I'm hoping, honestly, for 13. It's not. It's not 13. Is 13 in the north? Oh no, now I can't remember. No, it should be in the central area. Okay. So we've revealed location 9. Wow, that looks creepy. So this action means you can take any of the adjacent cards to you. So that would be our gather action. So that will be good. We could get an item or another quest. But of course, we need to do our corruption. So 5 or more, so that's 4, so we need to pull another one. And 3, these are both power. So 7 total power needs to be spent to vanquish that space. We can play and gather. Should we gather and then play, or play and then gather? Let's gather. So we can either get a Scythe Ooh, which is great. Whenever we activate that, we gain a worker. Whenever you gain a worker, you also gain power. Or we can gain a flex capacitor, which we would discard a card, and then once per turn, if you discard another card, gain its core value or activate its ability. We can also take this other quest, but because Anna has the ability to take quests when we play her, I think I'm going to leave that. Let's take this item. We're going to take the Scythe. So this comes into our active area. It's not activated, but it gets put there, and we'll replace this card. Oh, this is great. That's a quest that we just need to go to location 5 for, which is already revealed. It's here, so that'll be a good one to do. So we moved, we gathered, and now we can play. I'm going to play my Pillage the Tower quest item because this will help me gain its core value, which is 1 power. And then I'm going to put this worker on it to gain another power. Oh, and or vanquish. Oh, this is actually really great because I can spend all 3 of that to vanquish this top token on this location, which I'm going to do. So that's all 3 power, and I've vanquished. That's sweet. All right, that's my turn. So let's see what Automa does. Okay, the cube moves 1 closer to 2 glory. She doesn't have 4 glory, so we'll skip that. So the mech will move 1, 2, 3. And then the black mech also moves 2. 1, 2. Easy. Unobtrusive for now. Okay, so let's pick 2 things. We can't afford to vanquish again. I think we need to come and gather some. So let's move and gather, and let's actually move to this isolated settlement so that we can gather a yellow worker so we can activate Wojtek. So we're going to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. And we're going to gather a yellow worker. That on our player board? That's it. That's us. Okay, Automa. The cube moves. Oh my gosh, we're just 1 more movement away from 2 glory. So we don't have 5 glory, so we're going to go 2 with the blue. And then, oh, the black mech is going to do another map action because we definitely have more than 0 glory. We have 1 glory. We have almost 2 glory. So again, 0 to 3 spaces away. So you would go from 1, 2, 3. But the space they're on has a map token, so they'll take that, and this will flip over. 13. Oh, that's what we need. This is what we need for our quest, so we can start to head that way. That's great. Ooh. When you go here and gather, you get 2 guile, and then an upgrade action once we've cleared the corruption. Okay, so we need to do another one because it needs a value of at least 5, and that's 4. Oh gosh, that's a lot of corruption. All right. Gosh, I want another red. There's so many things that I want. Okay, yep, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to play and gather on this turn. I'm going to gather a blue worker now. That's going to help us activate our Scythe, right? And then I'm going to play my Anna card here. That gets me 1 power. So now we're up to 1. I cannot activate her ability though because that red worker is here on Pillage the Tower. So I can't do that, but that has pushed us up on the power track a little bit. And that's my turn. So we flipped over our Automa card. The cube will not move. We're saved from 2 glory for now. So now we're going to do the blue mech, who's done nothing but just traipse around the countryside so far. Moves 2. And our black mech moves 1. So when they come over here, and then we'll be there. So now we can either move and gather or move and play. I need more workers. We're early in the game. I'm going to gather another red worker because we have 2. Oh gosh, this is so tricky. We're going to move and gather, and we're going to come up to this map token here. That'll get us 3 map tokens. The sooner we gather map tokens, the sooner we can start really spending them to help us out. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 for our move action. We get this map token. Keep almost giving them to the Automa. Those are for me, not the Automa. The Automa is doing perfectly fine without my help. All right, let's reveal this map item. Okay, that's a location 8, Crater Rim. So this gives us a sweep and a refresh, which is really nice. Oh, this is gonna be perfect actually. So let's pull out our corruption. We need 5 value, so that's a 3. So we need to do another one. Another 3, so that's 6 there, and it's both power. So now we can gather. So we can sweep any card. Is there anything? I don't think I want this flex capacitor. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and we'll replace that. A meteorite has come out, and now we can refresh. That means that all of our stuff is going to come back, which is awesome. Now, our cube won't move, so we still can only do 2 actions each turn, but we're gonna get our cards and our workers back, which is really great. So our red worker is gonna come back, and then all of our items come back to our hand. Item, quest, and our characters. That worked out really well because now I have access to Anna again and a worker to be able to solve this quest on my next turn. Pretty excited about that. Okay, so the Automa is gonna go. We've dodged a bullet again with this cube. Okay, so the blue one's going to sweep. I kind of wanted this occult nexus item, but we're not gonna get it. So they sweep whatever's adjacent to them. Only 1 card's adjacent to them right now, so that's why that one goes. Then, because the Automa doesn't have 4 glory yet, they'll move 2. They go here. Black, again, the Automa doesn't have 3 glory. There's still just 1 at this point, so the black will just move 3 spaces to the weird forest. Look how creepy this one is with its little saw blades. I don't want to run into this in the middle of a weird forest, if I'm honest. We are going to move and play. Y'all, I'm very excited about it. So move and play. So we're going to move to the research base. We don't get the guile because we're not gathering, but we're going to play Anna. That gets us power because we gain the core value of the card. Yep, so we now have 2. We're also going to activate with this worker. We're going to solve. If we solve, gain the core value of all your solved quests. Well, we don't have any solved quests yet, so that'll come in the future. But we're now going to solve this Pillage the Tower quest because it happens on location 13. We're on location 13. We need to pay 2 power, and then 1, 2. We get this, which is any adjacent card. Well, we only have 1 adjacent card, so I guess we're taking the meteorite. So this is going to slide under. We now have this 1 quest. 3 more to go, and we can boast about it. So our meteorite here will come into our active area. It's not active, we don't get anything for it, but it's here. Oh, actually, So actually, I'm realizing in the rules here for the solo mode, if you draw a card from the game's deck that refers to another player, 17, 30, 56, or 63, return it to the box and draw a new one. This is card 30. So we're actually, I didn't realize it until just now, we're going to remove that from the game and draw a new card. So let's just see what we get. Oh, it's another meteorite. Okay, great. So if we meld this one, we will gain $1 per blue card we control, max $3. If we meld that, that'll be the action we have access to every time we meld. Yeah, so we moved and we played and we solved that quest. Perfect. So the Automa will go. Okay, it's time for them to have 2 glory now. So that moves and this comes off, goes on to the base camp. They now have 2 glory, but it's not 3, so the blue mech will just move 1. The black mech will move 3. Okay, here's how, this is a great example of how the mechs for the Automa ignore us. So it'll go 1, 2, it fully skips over us, 3. Like we're not even there, like bounces through a portal in its rush to go all over the countryside in its obsession to figure out what happened to Dr. Tarkovsky and this meteorite situation. Obsessed. So now we can move and gather or play and gather. I'm gonna play and gather. I'm gonna stay where I am because when I gather, that's gonna get me 2 guile. So I'm now up to 3 guile, and then I'm gonna play this item. So its core value is another guile, so I now have 4. I'm gonna activate it with this blue worker, which lets me gain a worker. So this is an instant benefit of the item. When I put a worker on it, I gain a worker. And then whenever I gain a worker, so now as long as this is in my active area, I get this benefit. Whenever I gain a worker, I also gain power. That's pretty great. So I'm gaining a worker. What kind should we get? We currently have 2 blue. So maybe I should get another blue worker. Because then when I get this meteorite back, I'll have the option to activate both of these cards. So let's get a blue worker. And now I've gained a worker, so I get a power. This is a sweet card. I'm excited about that. All right, that was play and gather. And now the Automa goes. All right, the blue cube moves again. We're 4 movements away from 3 glory. Phew. We don't need to worry about this because we don't have 7 glory. So blue mech will just move. It's just moving along, seeing the countryside. Oh boy, the black mech is doing a lot of exploring. Because it has 0 or more glory, we have 2 now, it does the map action. So it will take this map token, reveal this. The impact zone, location 7. Ooh, if you go there, you get to gather 2 power, and you can do a meld action there as well. Let's put some corruption on that tile. 3, 4. So total of 7 guile needs to be spent to fully clear that. Ooh. We should do some vanquishing and some exploring. Speaking of, should we move and gather? Let's explore some more. We need to get some map tokens for this glory track, and we need to reveal. We don't even have any boast actions revealed yet. So let's move and gather. Let's see what we can get. So we're just gonna come up here. We're gonna go to the frigid north. 4 of 5 map tokens gathered. Ooh, the observatory. Look, gathering there gets us another map token and an upgrade action once it's cleared of corruption. So we need 8 or more corruption here. So we might be pulling out a bunch of tokens. That's 3, 4, 7. So we need to pull out 1 more. Oof. 10 total there. But we're gathering, so we're going to gather another map token from the supply. We now have 5, but we can't put our glory token on the track yet because you actually have to do a boast action to be able to boast about your achievement and place your glory token. So we have enough, but we need to find that boast action to actually be able to place our first glory marker. But I can trash these map tokens to gain power, guile, or money. So that's something that's a good option to be doing. All right, the Automa will now go. The blue cube moves to this space. The blue mech will sweep. There goes our opportunity to do quest 17. Another item, a fusion link. That looks cool. Okay, they don't have 3 glory yet, so they're just gonna move 1. So they come around here, they're gonna skip where I am, so they're gonna go to that space. All right, so the black mech, we're gonna skip this because the Automa doesn't have 4 glory yet, so it's gonna move to the warehouse, blocking that space because we can't go to a map space that has a mech on it. We can move through it, but we can't stop on it. Let's move and play. So I think actually we're gonna come down to this last map token that's unexplored in the central area of the board before this mech gets it, because that's worth points for them at the end of the game. So we're gonna move 1, 2, 3, gather another map token, and hope that maybe this has a boast action. Oh, it does, but the fishing village must have its corruption cleared before we can access it. We can't gather anyway, so we wouldn't have been able to do it this turn anyhow. Okay, let's see what we pull. 4 guile corruption and 3 power corruption. So now we play. So the card we have left to play is Wojtek. So we get a guile. So we have 5 guile now because that's his core value. And then we're going to put this yellow worker on him. So we can either rescue an active card or vanquish. We don't have 3 power. Now I could spend some map tokens to get 3 power, but I want to hold on to the map tokens until we're able to boast about them. So let's actually rescue an active card. Let's rescue this meteorite, which means now we could play it and use this blue worker on it. I would like to start vanquishing soon, but we'll see. We'll see if we're able to. All right, the Automa will go. Oh boy, all right. The blue mech is gonna start doing some exploring. They're gonna do a map action, 1 glory or more. The Automa will do that. They have 2 glory, so they're going to explore this space they're on. This means you can take a face-up card, and this is another boast action. So we have 2 boast actions revealed. Again, once the corruption is cleared. So 5 or more, that's not a horribly corrupt location. So there's 4. Need another token, get to 5. So that's 9 total, that's not what we wanted. All right, so we skip this because they don't have 5 glory yet. So the black mech will move 1 back into the weird forest. They love that weird forest, they love it. What will we do on our turn? Move and gather or play and gather? Oh, we didn't fill this in with another card. Ooh, a quest, okay. We're going to play and gather, because here's what I want to do. First, we're going to gather a guile and a power. 6 guile now, that's pretty good. 2 power. We're going to play this bluestone meteorite. We're going to put our blue worker on it. So this gives us another guile. We have 7 guile. We need to start vanquishing some guile corruption. Now this would be if we had 1 melded meteorite, we could get another guile, but we don't have any melded meteorites yet. But now, because we've activated this with our blue worker, gain 1 face-up blue card to your hand. Now the colors of the cards are denoted by the workers on them. So this is our only blue card out, and I'm going to take it. I'm excited about it because it's a quest with location 1. So we have this quest. It should be pretty easy for us to do. We just need to go down and do it. So that goes into our hand. And that's going to be a guile. It's going to get us a worker. Oh, sweet. Okay, that's good. I'm happy about getting that card. So this one will come out. It's another quest. Location 19, which isn't revealed yet. Identify members of a lost expedition. Now, we don't do the second part of this action on this card because it's if we had 2 melded meteorites, we could gain a power per blue card we control. We, again, don't have any melded meteorites, so that won't happen. I keep shaking my table, and I'm sorry. So that's our turn. We played, we gathered. Last card in the current Automa deck. The blue cube moves 1, and the blue mech will just move to no, the black mech is going to sweep. So all adjacent cards go away, including this quest that we wanted that we didn't get a chance to pick up. A new quest has come out, Placate Possessed Animals. That's in location 10, which I think we do have revealed. Oh yes, of course, it's the Weird Forest. A coalstone meteorite and another quest, Weaken the Leviathan. Ooh, that happens at location 19 as well, which again, we haven't revealed yet. So because the Automa has 2 glory, they would do a map action, but we've explored every tile in the central area of the map, so they actually won't do that. So they're just gonna move 3. Again, they ignore us. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are going to move and gather this turn. We're going to see if we can make this quest happen. So what we're going to do, it's going to take us a turn or 2. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3 here to location 1, Riverside. This lets us take an action from any of the surrounding locations. So we're going to do the one from 6, Secret Facility. This lets us take a card from the top of the map deck. Cranial Implant. Ooh, an item. Whenever you gain an item or meteorite, also gain its core value. We have some items to upgrade. That's something I'd really like to be doing. Now this we gain and it goes into our active area even though we haven't played it. Then this lets us rescue a card from our active area and put it in our hand. And I'm going to rescue Anna along with her worker because now that we have Anna, next turn we can play her to solve this quest. But that's it. We moved and we gathered. So now what do we do now that the Automa deck is empty? At the start of the game, we shuffled this deck and then pulled 2 cards randomly out of it, set them aside. We now shuffle those back in. We'll pull 2 other random cards out of the deck and have our new Automa deck for the next cycle. Let's take out this one and this one. All right, this cube moves. We were 1 away from 3 glory. And the blue mech will move 2. The black mech is going to sweep again. We have a Cipherstone meteorite and an Offer an Arcane Sacrifice quest for location 15, which again, we haven't revealed yet. It's one of those northern locations we haven't revealed. Okay, then they would do a map action, but that whole area is cleared, so they'll just move. Back into the Weird Forest. They love that Weird Forest so much. Okay, we are going to spend our turn playing and gathering. So we're going to stay here. First, we're going to gather. Again, this lets us gather based on any of the actions of our adjacent locations. So we're going to get a worker. We're going to get another blue worker. How many workers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more and I could place my glory token for having 7 workers instead of 5 map tokens. Do I have the 5 map tokens? Now, whenever I gain a worker, I also gain power because this is active, my Scythe. Now I'm going to play. I'm going to play Anna down here. I'm going to put my worker on her. I'm going to solve this find a former factory engineer quest. I'm on location 1. I spend 1 guile. Oh, and this is going to gain me a blue worker. So actually, I'm going to retcon slightly. I'm going to say we gain the yellow worker here because we're gaining this blue worker from solving this quest. And look, we gained a worker, so we get another power. That's a nice little engine we've got happening right now. So whenever we solve, you gain the core value of all your solved quests. We've now solved 2, which is a guile and a power. We're doing pretty good. Actually, if we keep this up, we might be able to solve our 20 value corruption at Tarkovsky's lair once we reveal it. We'll see. I might spend all of that on other vanquishing though before that. Cool. We played, we gathered. All right, Ottoman. Oh, they now have 3 glory. Oh boy. All right. So now the blue mech sweeps. So offer an arcane sacrifice is gone. So of course, this is mimicking the way cards would be getting grabbed up by other players in a multiplayer game. Okay, another meteorite. And then if there's 3 glory, a map action. There is 3 glory. We just got it. So they will do a map action on the tile they're on right now. Oh, there it is. Tarkovsky's lair. I want to go there. Oh, can we get enough power and go there and get that token? Oh, that would be sweet. I'd really like to do that. I'm going to try. Okay. Now, the black mech, we don't have 4 glory yet for the Automa, so they're just going to move 2. 1, 2 to Crater Rim. Oh, we didn't place our star for the 3rd glory they just got. We need to do some vanquishing so that we can upgrade some cards or meld some meteorites or something. Let's start to make our way up to Tarkovsky's lair with the aim of clearing that corruption, but we're going to have to do some other things along the way. So I think we're going to move and gather. Oh, no, I spent all my cards. I need to refresh. I can't go here to do it because the mech is there. Oh, I can move and gather. No. Okay, no, here's what I'll do. I will move and gather. I won't refresh yet. I'm going to go 1, 2 to the weird forest. I'm going to gather a cultist. And because I gained a worker, I gain a power. So I now have 6. Right, pretty good. And that's that. I moved and I gathered. I think next turn I might have to refresh because I need to get my cards back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, I have 7 workers, which means I can start spending my map tokens for power and guile or money and not have to worry about losing the ability to boast for this spot on the glory track because I have 7 workers and I can boast about that instead. Now the Automa will go. Okay. All right, so the blue mech is going to do another map action because it has more than 1 glory. So we look at the 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. That one has a map token. And that's the 3 spaces within its movement range. So it's going to come here, take this map token. Not great. We're getting a lot of map tokens, and that reveals the mountain pass. We need to put 8 value corruption on it, and that's all with power. So the black mech, they don't have 5 glory yet, so they're going to move 1. So they're going to move off of Crater Rim to Research Base. And then it's us again. We're going to refresh. So I'm going to spend my whole turn refreshing. I get all of my workers back and all my cards come back into my hand. That's it. That's my turn. So Automa will go again. Okay, the blue mech is sweeping. They love to sweep. This one goes away. The morph stone. What comes out instead? Ooh, an item exosuit. Ooh, that's creepy looking. And then it's going to move because the Automa doesn't have 4 glory yet. So it will move 2. So it's going to go to the encampment. 1, 2. Okay. Oh, okay. The black mech's going to start vanquishing. So some of these are going to start becoming available for us to use the gather actions, but we're not going to earn the points for doing the vanquishing because the mechs are going to start doing it with the Automa. So 3 glory, yes, will vanquish 1 token. So right here, the one they're on, they'll get that. And now we will go. We can do all of our actions, move, play, and gather. I think we want to vanquish at the warehouse. Or do we want to vanquish? If we vanquish on the mining town, we'll be able to upgrade, and I would like to do that. Those are also worth points at the end of the game. If you've upgraded, their coin value are points you get at the end of the game for upgrading them. So let's move to the mining town. And then we're going to play Wojtek. So we're going to get 1 guile for playing Wojtek. Then we're going to play Yellow Worker, where we're going to vanquish. We're going to spend 5 of our 6 power, takes us down to 1, to vanquish. Yep. And then, if this removes the location's final corruption, you may gain the revealed benefit. We get to upgrade. So we're going to upgrade one of these item cards. I think we're going to do the Scythe. So this will always be active. So now this will come actually and slide under our board here. So now, whenever we gain a worker, we'll also gain a power. That is active all the time now. And it's going to be worth 4 points at the end of the game. We still have our gather action. So now we can do this as our gather action, or we can go on and upgrade our cranial implant. Whenever you gain an item or meteorite, also gain its core value. Let's just do that. Let's for our gather action. So we were able to do this upgrade because of the benefit of vanquishing, but now we're doing our actual gather. So now I'm going to do that upgrade again and upgrade this cranial implant. So whenever we gain an item or a meteorite, we're also going to gain its core value. That's what that gets. And now we have 2. That was a pretty good turn, actually. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, Automa's gonna go. Oh boy, all right. The blue mech is going to vanquish both of those corruption tiles on its location because it has the number 2 by it, and the Automa has 3 glory. So both of these are gonna go. These are worth 2 points each for them at the end of the game. But we now have access to a boast action. So that's actually, look, there are pros and cons of what's happening here. We could use that boast action for sure because we need to start getting some of our glory tokens on this board. All right, and the black mech will move 1 to the impact zone. Now it's us. Let's move and gather. Let's go to the fishing village and gather some guile and power from being there. So we're going to cover up play. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, our movement. Gain a guile, we have 9. Gain a power, we now have 2. That's it, that's our turn. And then hope that this blue mech moves off of that space so that in 2 turns, we can go and boast. It'll take us 2 turns to get there because we'll have to stop at this undiscovered map location or move around here, which is 3 movement, it's all our movement. So it's gonna take us 2 turns to get there, but that's okay. All right, so the Automa gains 1 up on their glory track. They don't have 4 yet, so the mech is gonna move. Okay, the blue mech is going 3 to here, and the black mech is going 2 to here. Okay, so we can't move and gather, so we're gonna move and play. So we're gonna come up here, get another token, which we're gonna start to spend for powers. Aha, here's location 19. A stormy sea. Let's put some corruption tokens on it. Okay, 4. You need at least 8. 3. We're gonna have to pull another one. Oh my goodness me. 5? Oh, that's 12 guile needs to be spent on that to clear it. That will not be able to happen in one go. So now we're playing. Look, our hand of cards is so small. Now we just have 2 now. So we could play this meteorite. It'll get us another guile. Gain 1 face-up blue card to your hand, which will get us another meteorite or that quest. I think maybe we do that. All right, so we're gonna play this meteorite, bluestone meteorite card. That's going to get us a guile. We now have 10, that's our max. And we're going to place a blue worker here to gain 1 face-up blue card to our hand. We're going to take this placate possessed animals and put that in our hand, which is a quest that we're gonna try and fulfill. Okay, another meteorite has come out, so the Automa will go. All right, the cube comes over 1 on the track. The blue mech will sweep, so there goes the meteorite we just pulled. All the adjacent cards refresh. A hover coil item, that looks pretty cool, and another meteorite, a fuel stone. Then they're going to do a map action because of the 3 glory requirement, which they have. So they're going to do right here, we're going to reveal whatever this is. Ancient Temple. Location 15, you can get 2 coins there or a meld action once its corruption is cleared. 8 or more corruption. Here's a 5 and a 3, exactly 8. Okay, that's about as good as that gets. Okay, the black mech, they don't have 4 glory yet, so they're gonna move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna move and gather because we are gonna do our first boast. We're gonna get a glory token on the board. So we're gonna move to encampment we're going to gather, and our gather action is going to be boasting. And we're going to boast that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 workers. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Great. Haha. That's pretty exciting. Because we're now going to get a bonus whenever we play Wojtek or Anna. How many map tokens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. I might spend all of these to deal with Tarkovsky's lair. We're so close to being able to do it. Okay, Automa. Cube moves 1 away from 4 glory. So the blue mech will move 2 to Mountain Pass. And the black mech will not do a map action because they're all gone. So they'll move 2, 1, 2 to the impact zone. Okay. We can't quite make it to our Tarkovsky's lair yet. So I think we're going to move and play. We could solve this quest, come around to get up to Tarkovsky's lair. I think this is going to be worth doing it. Okay, so we're going to move and play on this turn. So we're going to move to the weird forest. 1, 2, 3. We're going to play Anna. So we gain a power from her, but because we have 1 glory point now, we gain an additional power. So now we have 4. We're going to put a red worker on her, and we are going to solve placate possessed animals. So this costs 2 guile, which we definitely have, will come down to 8, and then it gets us 2 power. So we're getting very even here. And this comes here. We now have 3 of 4 quests solved to be able to place glory for that. And also, you gain the core value of all your solved quests. So that's 2 guile and a power. So we're back up to 10 and 1 on 7 for power. We're going to Tarkovsky's lair to vanquish next. I'm really pumped about it. Hopefully we can do it before. If the Automa does it on this turn, I'm going to be upset. Because it's the Automa's turn now. Please don't do it. How about that, y'all? It's the card that would let them take the Tarkovsky's lair corruption, but they need 7 glory to be able to do it, and they don't have it. They only have 3. Oh, well, actually, they have 4 because the cube moves, but that's not enough. So we're safe. Thank goodness. Can you believe that? It's such Paula luck, right? So the blue mech will move 3. 1, 2, 3 to the stormy sea, and the black mech will move 2, again, because there are no map tokens for them to take. 1, 2. It's us. We are moving and gathering. Now I can move through this mech. I just can't stop on that space. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to Tarkovsky's lair. Yes. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is so cool. So this symbol to gather means you activate the ability of 1 adjacent face-up card. There's only 1 adjacent face-up card, and the ability on that card happens to be Vanquish, which is exactly what we want to do right now. So we get to vanquish this now. To do it, we need 10 guile and 10 power. Well, I have 10 guile, I only have 7 power. So I'm going to spend 3 map tokens because of my special power to gain 3 power. I have 10 of both, and I will spend all 20. I've never been able to do this in any of my playthroughs. I'm really excited to get this. That means I can boast there. Oh yeah, I'm really excited. Okay, that's my turn. I moved, I gathered, and that's what I was able to do. Automa. Okay, their cube moves, and you're gonna see it gets fewer and fewer spaces in between their last 4 glory tokens. So things are gonna like really start ramping up. So now, okay, the blue mech is going to vanquish 1 of these corruption tiles. The black mech is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. I want to boast, but I can't stay here and do it. No, I can. I can play and gather. Yes. Okay, we're staying right here. We're going to gather. We're going to boast with that gather action, and I'm going to boast that I have this 20 corruption. I'm going to put my star there. So I now have 2. I'm really excited. And I have nothing actually to play because all my cards are here, so I won't. I just won't play anything, but that's okay because I got to boast and that's huge. So that's my whole turn. I might have to refresh next turn to get my cards back, but Automa. Okay, the cube moves. They're only 2 away from 5 glory now. Okay, the blue mech, because this 2 glory, that's met, will vanquish another tile. Oh, it's worth so many points for them. And then the black mech is gonna vanquish 2, so they vanquish 1 as well. Now it's me. I think I'm gonna refresh. Is there anything else I can boast about? Not yet. I need another quest solved to be able to boast about quests. Let's refresh and just get all of our stuff back. I'd like to meld this meteorite if we're able. All right, that's it. That's our whole turn. We've made it through the Automa deck. Oh my gosh, they're about to have 5 glory points. One more cube movement, they'll have 5. Oh, the last unrevealed map token is happening now with the blue mech. So they get this. 17 Ice Cave. Here, you can get a purple worker and a coin and an upgrade action. Let's see. 5, 3, that's 8. And now the black mech will vanquish. Okay. Oof. What do I want to do? Should we go to the ancient temple and try and... Oh, we don't have any power now because we spent it all. Maybe we should go to the impact zone and gather up some power. Okay, I have a plan. Move, play, gather. So we're going to move to the impact zone. 1, 2. We're going to gather 2 power. And then we're going to play Anna. Okay, that gets us a power for playing her, plus a power for having 1 glory token out, plus a guile for having 2 glory tokens out. So 4 power, 1 guile. So that was our move, that was our gather, that was our play. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna use my red worker to activate her. I'm gonna gain a face-up quest. 19's kind of far away, but we're gonna need to go back that way, probably for boasting at some point. So we're going to take this face-up quest. Identify members of a lost expedition. We're going to have to go to location 19 in the Stormy Sea to be able to solve it. It's going to cost us 3 guile, but it's going to let us play a card from our hand and get a coin. So hopefully we can make that happen. I did not pull the 4th glory token off of the Automa glory track. I'm sorry, y'all. That should have happened so many turns ago. Speaking of, put these 2 cards back in this deck. Shuffle this up. These 2 are out. Just in time for 5 glory. Now, there we go, 5 glory. Game's gonna be over soon. Okay, the blue mech is going to vanquish 1. Look at this mess of tokens they're collecting. And the black mech will also vanquish 1. So we look in the direction of 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 1 tile away is a corruption they can vanquish, so they will move there and vanquish it. Now it's me. I want to try and get to 19 to solve my quest. I think I will move and gather. So I'm going to go up and around because I want to gather 2 coins. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to gather those 2 coins because those are points at the end of the game. All right, Automa. The cube doesn't move. We can last a little longer. There are no more map tokens on the board, so no more map actions will happen. So the blue mech is going to move 1. It will skip over me and go to Tarkovsky's lair, where I've already vanquished the corruption. Take that, Automa. And the black mech will vanquish 2 because they have 5 glory. They're going to come over to here and vanquish both of these. This is a lot of vanquishing points for them, and I don't have very many. I think they're going to beat us on points, but we'll see. Oh, shoot. I never put a new card out there. I'm going to gather and play. So I'm going to gather 2 more coins, and then I'm going to play Wojtek, which gets me 2 guile and a power because of the number of glory tokens I have out. So 2 guile and a power. Put my yellow worker on, and I'm not going to vanquish. I could vanquish, but instead I'm going to rescue an active card so I can get Anna back so that I can play this quest solving next turn. All right, Automa. Okay, the cube moves closer to 6 glory. The blue mech don't go where I'm trying to go, blue mech. It's going to move 2. Okay, I think we're in the clear. 1, 2. And then the black mech will vanquish. This is within 3, so it will come here and vanquish. Okay, now we are going to move and play. 1, 2. We're going to play Anna, which gets us 2 power and a guile. 1, 2. So I have 7 power and 4 guile, which is really great. I'm going to put a worker on her to solve. I'm going to solve this quest right here because I'm on location 19. I'm identifying members of a lost expedition. So I pay 3 guile. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to get to play a card and I get a coin. Well, the only card I have to play is this meteorite. I can put a worker on it. This gets me a guile. And I can gain a face-up blue card to my hand. So let's see. Let's get this one, the fuel stone, to my hand. That replaces with control the possessed. It's hard to control them. They're possessed. So we've solved this. We now have 4 solved quests, and we get all of their core values. So we get 3 guile and a power, because that is on this card. Nice. So now if we can get to the encampment, we can boast again and get our 3rd glory token put down, which will be really awesome. But that's our whole turn for now. So the Automa will go. The cube will move closer to 6. The blue mech will sweep, so the ether mirror goes away. Replaced by an arcane blade. And they will move 3, 1. They skip me, 2, 3 to the ancient temple. And now the black mech will vanquish. So they'll move here and vanquish 3. So both of these will come off. This makes me, I don't like the number of vanquish tokens they've got. I haven't done enough vanquishing this game, I don't think, but I've been doing other things. So now I'm going to move and gather. So I move to encampment. This lets me take any face-up card, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to boast. So I'm going to boast about my 4 solved quests right here. 3 of 4 placed. All right, that's me. Next. Okay, the cube won't move, but the blue mech will vanquish 2. So both of these. And the black mech will just move to here. Okay, what am I going to do? I need to start vanquishing. I wonder if I can vanquish at the observatory. Let's move and play. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to move to the observatory and I'm going to play. I'm going to play my fuel stone because if I put a worker on it, I get to vanquish. Ooh, and then if I had 2 melded meteorites, I could gain a power per turquoise corruption, but 1, I only have 1 here, really, and I don't have any melded meteorites because I haven't melded at all. But I'm going to try and vanquish. So I'm going to spend 3 on that orange. 1, 2, 3. 3 power for this top one. 4 guile, which takes me down to 1 guile for this one. And what was this? 3 guile. I'm going to spend map tokens. I need to spend 2 map tokens, and that'll get me 2 more guile, again, because of my special ability here. So now I have 3 guile, which I can now spend to have 0. Do this, and now I gain access to this ability, which is an upgrade. But I have no items to upgrade, so I won't be doing that. Okay. Automa. The cube moves. They vanquish 3, so 1, yeah, they'll stop at the mountain pass and vanquish both of those, because that's the blue mech action. And then the black mech will just move 2. Okay, what are we doing now? Again, all of our cards, I wonder if we should go to the crater rim and do a refresh. Move and gather. And then the next turn, maybe we can try and do some fishing village or an ice cave vanquishing. Uh-oh, where was this? I think it was on 5. Yeah, okay, so we will move and gather down at crater rim. 1, 2. So that lets us sweep. I'm kind of okay. Well, let's sweep this because we're not going to do any more quests. An item, Dark Prophet Staff. And then we're going to refresh. So we get all of our workers back. All of our cards. Now remember, it doesn't move our cube to the refresh spot. It doesn't move our cube to the refresh spot, but we just get all of our stuff back. Now Automa, yeah, they're going to have 6 glory now. So this will come over here. This is such a mess. I've made such a mess of their little area. All right, the blue mech, because the 20 corruption on Tarkovsky's lair isn't there anymore, we cleared it. And they don't have 7 glory yet anyway. They are going to move 3. So they come over to the Stormy Sea. And then the black mech will move 2 to the mining town. And now It's me. So we are going to move and play. We're going to go to the ice cave. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to play Wojtek so that we can do some vanquishing. So I'm going to gain 2 guile and a power for playing him. I'm going to put my yellow worker on him. And I'm going to vanquish with 5 power. That gets me down to 6. This token. Again, we don't have anything to upgrade, so I don't get the benefit of getting to activate the revealed ability there, but that's okay, because we're getting points from vanquishing. I wonder if we should try and meld next. I think that could be a good thing, going to the ancient temple and melding. Oh, how many tokens are I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more vanquish token, and I could place my last glory. Oh, that would be really good. Oh, I think that might be the thing to do. Okay, let's see what the automa does. I think the game's about to be over. So the blue mech is gonna sweep. Both of these come away. Synergy halo and a map stone. And then it will move to, this is great because I want to be, I think, where that mech is for some more vanquishing. So this goes there, it moves 2, so it's out of my way. And now the black mech will vanquish and it will go here. So luckily we're not going to the fishing village, because this mech is here and will vanquish 1. There's almost, all the corruption is almost cleared from this board. They have vanquished so much. Look at this pile of corruption tokens. So now we can't move and play because we just did that. So I guess we'll move and gather. So let's move to the stormy sea. We can sweep. We can gain a benefit from an adjacent location. Is there a meld benefit adjacent? No, there's upgrades. I guess we will gain guile and power because we don't have any items to upgrade. We kind of fell down on the item gathering situation, I feel like. Though we could use this to grab this card. And now we'll have an item to upgrade if it comes up again, which could be good. We'll do that. Oh wait, whenever you gain an item or meteorite, also gain its core value. So that gets us a guile. That was smart. Okay. I know what we're gonna do on our next turn. So let's get to it. I think we're gonna end the game next turn. So the automa is gonna go. The cube moves. They're 1 away from 7 glory. Oh gosh, I got so scared about sweeping when I'm like, I might need these items. So, okay, the blue mech is gonna sweep. I think this is okay. These are gonna go. Parasitic gauntlet. Eee! Or a charter stone. The mech's gonna move to Tarkovsky's lair. This is going to be vanquished by the black mech. So there's 1 token left to get. 1 corruption token left, and we need it to place our last glory, but I think we're gonna be able to do it. So on our turn, we are going to play and gather. Now I am going to play this fuel stone, which gets me a guile, and then I'll put a blue worker on it to vanquish. So I'm going to spend 4 guile, which is all my guile, and I vanquish. Now I gather. Is that a boast symbol? This is so perfect. I was gonna gather and use the ability to use an adjacent gather action to boast with encampment, but instead I can just use this one. And now I'm gonna boast because I have 6, 7 corruption tokens, and that is my last glory. I placed all 4 before the automa did, which is crazy. That has not happened to me in any of my games yet. And now we each play 1 more turn. And on my turn, I'm going to be trading in some map tokens for some points and seeing what else I can do here. Maybe I can upgrade again. Okay. I think, yeah. Okay, but first the automa has to take 1 last turn. Okay, so they get 7. They're 1 away from also being able to end the game. The mech will move 1. The black mech will move 3. Now we take our last turn, which is going to be, sorry, I'm shaking everything everywhere, to move and gather. So we're going to move to the ice cave. We're going to do the upgrade for the gather. So I'm going to upgrade this item right here, and that's going to go there. Now, if the game was going to continue, we would gain for the rest of the game, whenever you gain at least 2 guile during your turn, you also gain a power. But that's it. That's the end of the game. Those are my 2 last actions. So now it is time to count up points. This is a lot of points. So let's score for the automa first, and then we'll count up our points to keep things exciting. We'll see how we managed. I honestly have no idea. So she gets 4 points for each glory token she has on the board. So she has 7, so that's 28 points right here. 28 just from her glory tokens. Then she's gonna get a point for each map token. This is so many. So that's 8 more. Okay, and then 2 points per corruption token. This is where I think she might kick our butts here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40 points in corruption tokens. Don't let the Automa get all the corruption clearance. 40 points. That, yeah, I don't know that we can beat that. That's 76 total points for the Automa. All right, it's time to count our points. Get out of here. So we did 4 quests, and based on that, I get 10 points per glory token placed on the board. Oh, this is maybe where I'm gonna make up some points because I placed all 4 of mine. That's 40 points right there. Oh, at the end of the game, I also would have traded in my 2 last map tokens for 2 coins because those are gonna be points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins. Then I get 2 points per each corruption token I have, including the 20. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, only 16. Then I get points for my upgraded items. Each one of these is worth 4 points. Now it's gonna tell you on the card what it's worth. They're worth different values, but all the ones I did happen to be worth 4. So that's 3 upgraded items worth 4 coins each. That's 12. There's no way I won. Wait a minute. This is going to be so close. What'd we say? 60, 76. Okay, so the Automa had 76. I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85 points. I won. Y'all, I have not won this game yet. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Table for One. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out Rodney's How to Play video for Expeditions, where you can learn all the nitty-gritty of the rules in the context of the multiplayer version of the game. If you enjoyed this video, go on and give it a like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the gameplay, if there's anything you would have done differently. If you catch any mistakes I made, hopefully I caught them all in the edit, or better yet, during the gameplay. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy playthroughs like this, make sure to check out Monique and Naveen's series called Game Played right on this channel, where they go head-to-head in 2-player games. Don't forget to check out our news done by Matthew Jude, as well as his series Matthew Answers the Internet, where he does questions he finds on the internet about board games. Check those out here on the channel, as well as our top 10 lists, and of course, Rodney's How to Play videos. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now is of course the perfect time to do that. So hit that button, hit the bell so you can get notified whenever I have a new episode ready for you. And until then, thanks for watching.